Welcome to the Inner Blueprint Podcast. I'm Sean Foyer, the Universal Mindset Disruptor. With over 20 years of turning blueprints into thriving home improvement businesses, I've learned that the strongest foundations start in your mind. Whether you're building a business or your own success, we're here to reshape how you think and face daily life and always remind you to enjoy the ride. If it's beyond your imagination,
yes,
it's too big.
And it got to the point where it didn't excite and scare him, it just scared him.
Or it just seemed ridiculous even. I think he called it, he said, Sean, I didn't set a seagull, I said a deagle.
Deagle, yeah, which he said don't be a dope, right?
Yeah, don't be a dope, which I literally chuckled at. And then I started looking back and I think I've set some deagles.
Yeah.
You think about, oh, well, if I can do anything, I'll be a billionaire, right? And you start saying you're a billionaire.
Before you
can't even imagine that. If you're making a 100x stretch from the biggest, highest point you've ever been in any of the areas, health, wellness, relationships, you got to start with something that is within your imagination, but don't set a deagle. Don't set
something so unattainable that you're like,
that's dumb.
Because it's a fine line. And we don't ever want people to fall out of that belief, right? Because that's what we really teach people is to think better thoughts, you have to believe, right?
Well, and even doubling your income, you don't believe it at first, but it's something you can imagine.
You can imagine.
You can stretch your mind around. Say, I don't know how that's possible, but I can imagine myself living that way. And again, use your imagination. What would your life be like if you doubled your income? Like think of how your lifestyle would change, how maybe some bills would go away, how maybe you'd be able to provide for not only yourself, but those you love and care about most. And that will add some feeling to it. But that's the big goals. That's the stretch. So you were talking about, for today's episode,
is more of like this of celebrating of what keeps a seagull from becoming a deagle. And that really falls down to celebrating wins as they come, celebrating those small wins as they come.
Well, and I think too, modifying behavior a little bit too.
Yeah.
Really.
Because I just think, so most people think success comes from like these giant leaps, right? Like I'll be successful when this big, huge, amazing, wonderful thing happens. But along the way, there's got to be a lot of wins in between that, right?
Well, and for anybody that listens to us or as part of our program, we recommend 30 minutes a day, 15 minutes of good material, 5 minutes of your goal, 5 minutes of I am statements to become the version of you that has to get that goal, and 5 minutes of gratitude. And if we're talking about once you get that C goal, a small win is doing that work daily.
Yes.
Like doing your affirmation work, saying your goal with belief every day. I've shared this with people that have liked the idea, but then they've said the goal maybe once or twice. Maybe they write it down and check it once a year. That's great, but that's not doing anything on a daily basis to create success in your life.
Well, yeah, because these biggest changes, they start with the smallest steps.
Yeah.
Right? And the smallest steps are what create habits, and that's what that is. And so recognizing when a win is a win, right? Mm-hmm. Not downplaying it and thinking this isn't really a win because I'm not to my big C goal yet.
No, but going back to if I'm going to double my income, if I knew how to do that, I'd be doing it right now. So I obviously don't know how to do it. And if my daily actions were in alignment with doing that, I'd have already done it. So I'm going to have to start. What are my daily actions? Welcome to the Inner Blueprint Podcast. I'm Sean Foyer, the Universal Mindset Disruptor. With over 20 years of turning blueprints into thriving home improvement businesses, I've learned that the strongest foundations start in your mind. Whether you're building a business or your own success, we're here to reshape how you think and face daily life and always remind you to enjoy the ride.